We live in an age of crisis. Climate change, water scarcity, and energy shortages are all environmental signs of the profound changes being inflicted upon our social, economic, and political organizations. They are the result of how humans have chosen and imposed on others to relate with nature. Intricate networks of global, regional, and local scales produce inevitable interdependencies across a range of territories and landscapes worldwide. Littoral Negotiations is a landscape urbanism project that explores the blurred interface between the land and the sea, known as the littoral zone. Working in the conflicted zone of the Mediterranean Sea, both natural flows and artificial sediment relocations revealed a situation of sediment starvation, where various ports and cities are competing for and trading sediment around the sea. Lake Manzala in Egypt provides an extreme case in which to research this phenomenon. Here, due to dam constructions in the 1960s, the coastline is rapidly eroding while the lake is filling up. Human settlements have exploited these conditions to establish an unregulated fish farming industry, producing large quantities of food and also pollution, all while being increasingly threatened by coastal erosion. A strategy was produced to augment an existing coastal spit with sediment to supercharge a new hybridized landform. Using digital simulation, a scenario is envisioned whereby bottom-up construction of fish farming structures manipulate and control the flow of sediment to enhance their own production potential over time. The resulting settlement would provide a prototype for coastal living, in which a specific industry, in this case fish farming, has been adapted to and accepting of the shifting environmental dynamics around it. Rising sea levels and frequent flooding events constantly reshape the UK archipelago coastline. Coastal Futures engages with the coastline's fluctuations and re-envisions southeast England as a network of artificial creeks that are integrated into local agricultural and fishing economies. Cotton industries and the Western fashion industry transform the Aral Sea landscape into a desert. Projective Sandscapes proposes a new productive relation between the invading dunes and Nukus City through agroforestry to provide inhabitants with new, diversified activities and protection from harsh desert conditions. The hydro-engineering interventions around the Aga and Aragon rivers in Spain ignore annual flooding patterns and restrain small farmers from irrigating infrastructures. By bringing back meanders and dynamism of river landforms, flooding mechanisms empowers local farmers to have a voice in the redistribution of land and water by producing new seasonal and social landscapes. Sand Odyssey choreographs and negotiates the dynamic dunes and forestry production of the Curonian Spit between Russia and Lithuania by showing a potential coexistence of the conflicting industries through managed dune corridors. Gold extraction produces waste in the form of tailing ponds worldwide that could occupy an area as big as the Black Sea. In the Romanian mountains of Rosia Montana, Forever Ore repurposes this waste and uses it to sculpt terraces and insert new activities based on local skills to boost its economy and reduce mining dependence. Climate change is accelerating the melting of the Arctic pole and speeding up the exploitation of resources by opening new shipping routes. The Shifting Boundaries project explores land management techniques to allow Indigenous Sami people to negotiate their interests with the relentless industrial corporations that are grabbing the land to supply the world thirst for ever more economic growth. The Landscape Urbanism Masters at the AA investigates this and other similar projects to re-engage architects with contemporary conditions and bring back the relevance of the profession to tackle the unpostponable questions and consequences of design today. Find out more about the AA course at landscapeurbanism.aaschool.uk.